White Dolphin by Gil Lewis, Chapter 30. In chapter number 29, we saw that Angel had improved her health. She had started eating and swimming on its own. Sam, the vet, had instructed that the angel should be released in the ocean, as he had already told that it will not be possible for Angel to survive in isolation. So he should be released in ocean. So it was released in the ocean in the presence of Kara, Felix, Carl, Greg, Sam, and Mr. Anderson, where her mother was waiting for her, and they started swimming, Angel and her mother, sliding side by side, touching each other's bodies. Once the angel was gone, Kara felt strange emptiness inside her after Angel was gone. In chapter 30, we see that a day had passed since the press conference was held in the school hall, where hundreds of people had signed the petition to save the bay. After releasing Angel in the ocean, Carl offers Kara, Felix, Mr. Anderson, and Kara's father a lift in the pickup truck. On the way, Kara's father raps on the window of the pickup for Carl to stop the pickup. Kara's father jumps out of the pickup and buys some bread and a local newspaper. On the front page of the newspaper was a huge picture of Angel, while on the other side, inside pages, there were pictures of Carl, Doggy Evans, Kara, and Daisy. The headlines of the newspaper reads, "Save our Sea." Locals and tourists filled the school hall to give their support to marine reserves. The newspaper further wrote that more than 600 people signed the petition in less than 2 hours of time. Local fishermen signed the petition for voluntary ban on fishing and dredging. It also said that a law to protect the bay has been put in the parliament, while fishermen had promised not to dredge the bay until a new law is passed to protect the bay. This was a huge success on the part of Kara and Felix. They had been able to move the mass opinion despite their illnesses. We know that Kara was ill. She was suffering from dyslexia. In the same way, Felix was also suffering. When they reached Aunt Babe's home, they heard raised voices coming through the open kitchen window, and Doggy Evans' Jeep was parked in Aunt Babe and Uncle Tom's driveway. It seemed Doggy Evans had seen the newspaper too. At once, the door of the kitchen flings open and Doggy Evans comes out and stands in front of Kara and her dad. He throws the newspaper in front of Kara's dad and tells them that it is not more than a paper. He then stops in front of Kara and threatens her that what had happened to her mother can happen to her too. Doggy Evans goes on shouting that no one should tell him what to do. Kara and her dad go inside where Aunt Babe and Uncle Tom were sitting all upset. Aunt Babe tells Kara's dad that Doggy Evans had fired Uncle Tom from job because Uncle Tom had also signed the petition. This was something very strange. that Uncle Tom had also signed the petition. Uncle Tom leaves the home to get some fresh air since Aunt Babe was continuously fighting with him, while Aunt Babe sits crying and tells Jim Wood then since they have not been having enough money to support themselves, therefore they cannot keep Kara and her dad in their home. Kara slips upstairs where Daisy was sitting crying too. Kara tells Daisy about the releasing of Angel and of the news in the newspaper. Kara tells Daisy that many fishermen have refused to dredge in the reef. Daisy tells Kara that her dad, Uncle Tom, had also refused to dredge in the reef. It is therefore Doggy Evans had fired him from the job. Daisy tells Kara that Doggy Evans has said that he will be fishing on the midnight tide and will rip every coral in the bay. So that was all about chapter number 30. Now we are going to do a few questions here. Question number 1 is, which talents of Kara and Felix made the campaign against the dredging the bay successful? So we see that Kara had a natural talent of swimming. Kara's love for nature and ability to swim. We saw that she went to the ocean and swam in the ocean in the mid of night. When she was swimming, she told herself that I'm feeling as if I am the part of this ocean. So she loved nature, she loved ocean, she loved dolphins. So that her trait helped in against dredging the bay successful. On the other hand, Felix had ability to work on computers. He was capable of working on computers. He was able to unlock the memory stick. It is therefore due to this talent, he was able to present the film in the school hall just after Doggy Evans had tried to convince the audience that fishing is bread and butter for all the fishermen and it should not be banned. It is after that Felix was able to unlock the memory stick through his talent and he presented that film in the hall. It is because of that film that everyone was convinced that after watching the movie of Kara's mother, Kay Wood, that a ban should be imposed on dredging, and everyone almost signed the petition to stop dredging.